I just kind of had the idea of these two guys, and then they're an angel coming and doing this, and then that twist, and the script kind of evolved from there. Seth came on first, and then we brought on Keanu, and then Kiki, and then Sandra, and these were all like my people that I had in my head when I was writing the film. So I kind of lucked up and got my dream cast.
I thought the script was great. I thought the story was something I thought was very timely, and I had been talking to Aziz about it for years by the time we made it, like when he first thought of the idea. It's something, it was based similar to an idea I think he pitched me literally like 15 years ago or something like that. So it's something that's been kicking around for a long time. Yeah.
It's another project with Aziz in the books here, right? I'm curious just because this is his feature debut as a director, and I'm just wondering what was different this time around. Was there what were the challenges and triumphs of doing a feature versus a show?
I can absolutely tell you the triumphs, which is we are standing in front of the Egyptian Theater, and it's going to come out in 3,000 screens across America and worldwide. So that is incredible. And by the way, we have movie stars in the movie. We got Keanu. Besides Aziz, we have Keanu, Seth, Kiki, Sandra. That's incredible. As far as the workflow, a lot of it was the same. Aziz calls me on the phone. He's like, I have an idea. Let's talk about it. And then we talk about it for years and years and years. We talk about the script. We talk about the cast. We talk about how we're going to shoot it. And then we keep going through the whole process. So that's the beauty of it. We've known each other for 20 years now, a long time. And so I don't think we'll ever stop working together. So
I mean, the cast's so good. Aziz obviously a very funny guy. Someone I've worked with many times over the years. And Keanu, is probably the star of one of the first comedies I was ever truly a fan of, in the form of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which I think came out when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and was honestly one of my first favorite movies, And Parenthood was a movie I always really loved. And in our writing, a movie we would reference a lot, and so he's someone I've always thought was unbelievably funny, and The Matrix and the John Wick movies, he makes some of the best movies out there, I think. Also, Keke Palmer's hilarious. She's so funny. Known her for a while. She's just a hysterical human being, and a pleasure to work with.
To me, what's great about the film in some ways is there's all these different odd couples. Every two of them paired up is an odd couple, and Keanu couldn't have been more fun to work with. He was incredible, and he really steals the movie in a great way. I don't think people have seen him be this funny in a long time.
Not only am I a fan of his work, we're friends. So what's cool about seeing his work is he writes and produces things kind of from the heart, which I think creates something that's really cool in today's kind of social media, almost disposable age. So what I think is cool about this film is there's a lot of realness in it, which I think kind of adds to the flavor of the film and kind of yields towards the characters, because in a weird way we're all kind of playing ourselves. I actually played myself in the film, so that's me. So that wasn't like a hard role for me to play, but also at the same time I think that's what makes his work so special, and I think that's also what helps it resonate with so many people.
There's a subplot here of seeing what the other side is like, seeing what gig workers have to do, the survival jobs that they have to take in LA. Does it change your perspective in any way on how you look at Uber drivers or delivery people or TaskRabbit, people who are taking those gigs?
I hear you. I'm not that far removed, so I'm not balling out of control to where I'm like, man, it must be tough to work a job. I don't need someone to show me that life. I get it. Most people, I think safely we can say, most people are 1 to 2 checks from that's what everyone is doing. So I think what's more interesting is seeing the opposite side of that, to be like, okay, well, let's see a rich person taking it for granted. Everybody likes that kind of undercover boss kind of angle, so this is fun.
My character's a guy named Jeff, who's a very rich man, as our world has many of these days. And he's sort of oblivious to the world's problems in a lot of ways, has sort of bought his way out of the common struggles that people face on a day-to-day basis. And he has his life switched with Arj, someone who is very in tune with the day-to-day struggles that people face, and all of a sudden, my guy goes from being a very rich, comfortable guy to a very not rich guy who has to really find out how hard today's world is to just make a living,
Seth and I always talked about having this film play in theaters, and it's just such a communal experience of being in a theater with your friends and laughing, and it's something that's kind of gone away after COVID and everything, and even a little bit before. There's just been less comedies that come out in theaters, so I hope people go to this and they see it with their friends and they have a great time, and it kind of reminds them of those good times, and that we get more of those.